more Ting action here for the Korean qualifiers. It's a TvT. Spawning the bottom left side of Learlac Crest, we've got none other than the blue Terran player, aLive.
In the bottom right, as the teal Terran, it is Cure. What is with teal and blue?
Yo, we've been seeing a lot more of this recently, and I only note this because of all the complaints we've been getting from the colorblind folk, who, I mean, I completely understand the complaints. They're very legit. We've actually been confused a couple times while casting, but yeah, for players' sake, what's that that desire to pick these colors?
Yeah, that's the trick. Like, what's they're purposefully picking teal and blue, which maybe people have figured out that it's a trick. You know, maybe this is some like high level, like pro gamer knowledge here, where they're like, I think I'm gonna be better at discerning what units are my units, so
They're not tricks,
I'm
Dad.
gonna pick teal. I really don't know.
Well, regardless of color and reasoning and whatever, yada yada yada, I do want to note that getting into this, Cure is like, this is actually a kind of nerdy match for us, because on one hand, Cure is this player who we were like super hipster about. We claimed dibs on having liked him before anyone else did, right? Like, we saw him in, I don't even remember what it was, but he played for, I think it was like an IEM qualifier where he played versus Curious, and he won our hearts. And since then, we've been cheering for him.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen a lot of him since, and you know, joining Jin Air, being a good player, all these other good things, he's been a little bit busy in Korea. So I actually have no idea how he's looking up in this matchup. But I know for a goddamn fact that aLive kicks ass at TvT. He got really far in our in our base trade TvT tournament. That was TvT only. For those who missed it, we hosted it launch of Legacy of the Void, and it was like 16 of some of the best Terran players from all regions. And aLive made it to the semifinals. Really, just fantastic play back then. And since then, in things like the Alima League, he's been looking just as good.
Yeah. So a little bit awkward on the scouting for both parties. We see like a square in the middle of the map, see where they've all scouted. Live to take the Zanaga.
Kind of looks like an artsy album cover or something.
It does, doesn't it? Well, they both know that they went Reapers, and it's actually pretty interesting builds.
Oh yeah, Learlac was changed. I keep forgetting. You got those
Right,
back rocks automatically knocked down for you, so you don't have that back entrance to use anymore. Which isn't so influential in TvT, but it is noteworthy that the Reapers don't have that extra entrance into the base now.
Mm-hmm. Kira did go for the faster command center, so it's up to him to be able to defend against what aLive is throwing at him, which is just these units. But these units, controlled absolutely correctly, can be very, very dangerous. The second Hellion is already on the way over. There it is now. Oh, that's the Reaper. Okay, well, second Hellion wasn't on the way over.
The fact that the Hellion lives, though, even with 2 health, is actually a lot of damage. She's sending it back home to repair it, which I think is a little bit cute, but keeping that alive for any follow-up attacks is going to be really nice. Kills the Marine here in the main, picks off the SCV building that starport. I mean, this isn't exactly GG, but this is this was scary. He actually gets the SCV. There we go. Stalls at that starport timing.
The Hellion from aLive was blocked out because he finished his depot wall off. That was about 5 seconds of the Hellion not knowing where to go. So that could have really snowballed.
It still could actually, with three Hellions in play, he could still get across the map and pick off quite a bit in whatever's in the natural, knowing that his opponent's not going to have enough to match him. Oh, Against the Wind, new sub hype. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We need to work with Ting more. We get a lot of new subs during Ting broadcasts.
Yeah.
I'd rather enjoy it, Zombie Grub.
It's quite nice. So Rogue did defeat Keen 2-0.
Ah,
so
very
not
nice.
1-1. Like someone told me. Just kidding, I love you, Olivia. But the Hellion Wars do
Mom,
go down.
Don't hate me.
Either way, the point was that it could have finished soon. It could not have. aLive messaged the map, so it's like, aLive's such a bro.
Well, it's fine. TvTs typically aren't like 40-minute TvTs like they used to be anyways. But I was actually going to remark that Seed versus Rogue I'm really excited about for a lot of different reasons. But, you know, well, these are all Koreans that are definitely notable Koreans. Again, you know, a lot of people forget Seed had won a GSL in the past and has always been a pretty solid player all around. He's also one of our favorites because he came to Hell It's About Time. He's played in the Alima League multiple times. Same kind of goes for players like Keen and aLive here. Just, it's our little hometown heroes, I guess is the way to describe that, versus some of the big names of the big boys. And I'm hoping to see the, I guess you want to call them Alima Leaguers do well.
The Alima League's ne'er-do-wells doing well.
Yeah, let's make that more complicated to say. Oh gosh.
I thought it was quite,
I guess a small little shout. Ooh, nice catch with the Viking here.
Ah, very nice.
Small little shout out though to the fact that if you guys don't know what we're referring to, the Alima League is a weekly Korean tournament we created with Olivia, Oli Moly. She created it. We've been casting it. Is a better way to phrase that. But it does showcase Korean talent every single Saturday, and it's always pretty awesome.
Yeah, always. So, past the openers, we do have a fairly even game. Cure up in workers, but down in army makes a lot of sense for his earlier command center. They've been just going back and forth on this income advantage. Cure taking a bit of a lead most of the time. And, of course, their stim timings. Different enough that it could play a part, especially since they are both going for a single tech lab. The combat shields could really affect the game.
Right, as you see, stim timings combat shields make a bigger difference, but that Cyclone walks into that tank range and cannot take damage. Cyclone's health is so garbage.
It really is. aLive is the first one to push out to a defensive Cure. Cure is going to have stim and +1, however, so aLive should be very careful with this. And he's just gonna pull back.
Whoa! What was that attempt at the third? Are you?
Yeah,
for real?
that was a very brave.
Like, even
based on location.
Even if aLive wasn't here, still doing that on location is a bit questionable. But tank shots would have gone a little bit favor in aLive, had the cooldown been a little bit different. So scoops up, tries to get out of there. That Viking getting a couple shots as well. But as we see, not a lot of commitment here this early, and that's fine. Worker counts not needing to be killed. We all know that we've seen that game of TvT where the guy down 20 SCVs still ends up winning because of the way army fights work. And that's always a cool factor. I like that. But that's why we don't see everyone diving for the workers.
Vikings this game, for real. Except that went in favor of Cure, so well done.
Last one went in favor of aLive. I mean, the Vikings haven't actually been getting favor.
The Viking got the... Cure's Viking got the
the first
medevac.
That's right. My bad.
Yeah, I knew what I was talking about, kind of.
Yeah.
The third base is a lot farther ahead for Cure once again, although not on location. aLive definitely has a bit of an advantage here in that he can take the pocket one and still be like farther away from your opponent, which I mean, TvT don't necessarily have to expand away, but you don't want to expand to the middle of the map. The spawns are definitely making the map even more interesting than it already is.
SCVs, please, repair.
Yeah, you think they'd be doing something. Yeah, there you go. Combat shields actually will not play a part. Despite having stim like a good 30 seconds faster than aLive, his combat shield started later. So combat shields will be similar times. 1-1 will not, though, and Cure should still have that advantage.
Oh, this is a
big
bluff.
old drop. Big old drop.
This is a scary bluff, though. We do have one drop in the main. It's not that big of a deal, but he's really anticipating, like, Cure. He hopes that Cure thinks there's a big army waiting from the top of the ramp. That's why he goes for this drop. Cure now going to see this drop, might signal him to move into the base. He's actually got a lot of home to defend.
Yeah.
aLive may just end up giving this game away. I don't know. He's going to take a pretty good fight with these Marines regardless. But the question is what happens inside of his natural while this happens. So picks up. He's not going to be able to push this too hard. And this actually brings Cure home?
Oh, he thought about it, but decided not to. The third base is now under attack, too, and that was still not done.
Oh, it's so close to being done, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to save it, but the fact is that Cure's command center has been done. He's going to also take his pocket base, so...
maybe not just yet.
A little surprising, because he was planning on taking the other one with the, that little bleep bloop we saw, whatever you want to call it. Bleep bloop.
This could have been denied. aLive, unfortunately, missing out on that. Combat shields is done. What the fuck stim was that? Okay, aLive.
I catch up. I didn't catch up. Stim. But Cure is looking really, really good. I mean, he's up 40 supply, 30 of that's in that army. Still ahead on upgrades too. Full upgrade. Yeah, aLive is in a lot of trouble. His attack, his third base is still not entirely clear. His main is still not entirely clear. Hey, look at that. More and more damage down to 32 SCVs, 30, 29.
It is that weird point in the game where you're mined out of your main and you're only on 2-base mining. 30 SCVs is not good, but it's also not the worst thing in the world.
You know, his army supply being similar, that is true. He could take a very, very good army fight, but the upgrades are also going to play a part here. And he is going to walk into tanks. Okay, just back off.
Psych.
Yeah, it's still very scary. I mean, that's okay, that was not so good here. But he's not going to be able to push across the middle of the map. Cure, if he really wanted to solidify his win in the game, should definitely put a sensor tower at his third to catch drops like these.
Yo, I also didn't realize Cure had a nice upgrade lead going for him. He's actually on his way to 2-2.
Yep.
So aLive actually is on a time limit now, not just because of his worker count, but because of the upgrade count as well. The clock is ticking.
Yep. The third base is under attack. Again, Cure not building a sensor tower or any missile turrets over there. It does just depend on his reinforcements, which aren't so bad. A tank also comes along to help, but he could just skip up into the main base. That didn't work out for him last time, but it would have if he did it again. Tank will siege up, and that should scare the Marines away. The third base of aLive is yet again dropped, and that actually, it's not gonna go down. If he focus fired,
it is gonna die. Now aLive really has to go with everything he has. He was behind in economy before. Losing that third's nasty. The drop is not getting the damage done that he wanted it to. It could actually drop on top of that tank, funny enough. Or into the tank's fire or whatever.
aLive's army is pretty good, though. He's actually gotten ahead in army supply through this.
Right, but the 2-2 versus 1-1 is going to be pretty instrumental for the Marines to win a fight. Again, unless you guys have played, I don't know, Marine Wars or TvT, like, I guess they're both doing the same thing. That one-weight upgrade, that really doesn't, the emphasis isn't there unless you've experienced it, I feel, or seen it on a cast enough times. Because it really will be devastation for Cure's Marines in any sort of even engagement. Not to mention he's got +1 on the tanks, so more splash damage means that the Marines need less shots to actually execute the remaining Marines of his opponent. So in every which way, Cure's looking fantastic. Third base up and running 45 SCVs to 30. I mean, aLive, like I said, he's trying to come back in this, and he's a good player. He's one of the few people I would count on to bring a comeback in this situation. He's going to have a concave, for example, if Cure takes that fight over here. It's all about
Cure's on top
tanks
of
down
this
first.
one, though. Oh, God, yeah, run away from that. But now take advantage of their own tanks to the third. He actually could have gone even more into the third. I'm surprised he stopped in that choke. The middle log for his Marines.
Could have gone Inception. Need to go deeper.
Yeah, he could have also targeted down that third command center and all the SCVs. And Cure can't really do anything about it.
No, this is actually a really good position for aLive. Not a lot of Marines necessary here as he starts picking us up. It gets a little bit too ahead of himself. Stims away. Tank's not going to get all the shots they need to. Oh, there's no way he's going to save this. All his Marines down here to the south. It killed the command center, but he lost all his tanks for it.
Yeah, he tried to save 3 tanks at the end there, but only was able to save 1 as the medevacs went down. So that was about as good of a fight as he would ever want.
Again, yeah, he's on a big upgrade disadvantage, and now we have Cure heading towards 3-3. This game gets worse and worse for aLive as time goes on, but again, this pocket of opportunity to take advantage of positioning and supplies. This is why I love TvT, but this does keep getting worse and worse to the point of almost being like just an auto win.
Almost. 6 tanks to just the 1 is pretty bad. If aLive had medevacs with that bulked up reinforcement, he could have maybe taken advantage of Cure's, bad positioning.
The Marine count, though. The Marine count's
Concave.
good. He's going to get on top of those tanks. Medevacs won't have an escape, and are you serious? aLive!
Cure is going to win now.
Oh,
shit. aLive
aLive's
is
going to win. I was going to
now.
say, I don't think Cure's going to win after a fight like that, Tommy. Even with 3-3. But, okay, it's 15 supply left. aLive might be too scared to push, however. Everything this game says otherwise. Everything says aLive's been aggressive and he's not scared of anything. He doesn't afraid of anyone or anything. And he is going to push up towards this 4th. It's not a planetary, it's the natural moved over. So vulnerable, to say the least. 1 tank to 6. There's so many Marines. I am astonished. aLive on an upgrade disadvantage on 1-1. Wins this game. aLive!
GG.
When we told you guys aLive was good at TvT, we weren't exaggerating, and we weren't blowing smoke up your ass.
Damn. Okay, next is